I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter, hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and a really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that.
That lawnmower, that's it. Yeah.
Gervonta does have a very athletic speed, quick reflex style. So you've got to sort of pressure intelligently. But while I have said in the past, and I still believe this, that Roach doesn't have that special thing, like what he's got really fast hands or a really powerful punch.
A rough new workout tape for Gervonta Davis got out before their rematch, and Lamont Roach looks like he's in a panic. Roach said that he understood he would have to work out harder and push himself more this time after seeing the video. He agreed that Gervonta was amazing that night, that she was still a tough fighter, and that she had dealt the most powerful blow in their first fight.
How many rematches have you fought?
0.
What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, it's a good question. It's gonna be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder if that didn't give me the win. And I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not gonna lie, I have room.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he's got some more gears?
100% for a fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta that night. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter, hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and a really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night, you know what I'm saying, or do the same thing. He still will go upside your head and crack you, and you know what I'm saying, you might end up on the floor. Everybody not built the same, and that's what people get it messed up. He did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight, a whole lot. And I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't as good of a fighter as he was, that would have been, you know what I'm saying? I would have steamrolled him. Don't get that misconstrued. He's still the guy he is. It's just he ran into a guy that's on the same level.
A lot of work is being done by Gervonta Davis for the second match. He was determined to show that he was still the best and shut down those who didn't agree with him. He is focused and controlled, and he is pushing himself harder than ever to make up for mistakes he made in the past and give a performance that proves he is the best in the ring.
Hold on to the bed. Stop. That lawnmower, that's it. Yeah. Start that motherfucker lawnmower.
I made the decision to train in DC because, you know, I haven't been in the coldness in a minute. I haven't even trained in the coldness in a minute, so I feel though this will help me. I'm from Baltimore. He's not from DC. That's what I learned. I thought he was from DC too.
Gervonta Davis is not taking any risks this time. A video from his training camp shows him cutting through the ring while fighting, which shows how dedicated he is to his job. His reactions are quick, he moves carefully, and his footwork is exactly right. He is doing everything on purpose instead of just doing what he always does. As the rematch gets closer, Davis knows that there is no room for mistakes. He learned from the last fight that if he didn't fight Lamont Roach with all his might, he might lose. That's why he's pushing himself to be better than before.
Stop closing up. Gotta let it go. Keep turning, step around. Keep turning.
Davis is not only skilled, but he is also getting more intense. He hits the sandbag with powerful force in another video. Every punch is thrown with real purpose. This is clearly a personal problem and not just something that happens every day. The first fight was over because there were too many questions and too much noise from the critics. As Davis gets ready, he looks like he wants to do more than just win. His training shows that he wants the second fight to be final. A well-known boxing expert named Teddy Atlas has made no secret of the fact that Davis is very skilled. Davis's ability to stay calm in the ring and never rush or force his hits is something he admires. Davis, on the other hand, carefully evaluates his opponent before landing a clean hit. Atlas says that Davis is unique because he can do many things. Anyone can be knocked out at any time, and he can fight inside, outside, or in the middle. Because he is so unpredictable, it is very hard to make plans for him. Atlas also believes Davis is one of the best fighters in the world when he is ready to fight.
He's going to try to get to us, but we're going to frustrate him. He doesn't get frustrated. He takes his time. He's deliberate. You know, a lot of times at the beginning, people thought he was just a seek and destroy missile. They thought he was just a guy that got to you. And they thought that he would get over anxious. He don't get over anxious. He takes his time. He slowly closes those gaps, you know, inch by inch, step by step, and then he gets to you.
In spite of the controversial draw in Davis's first fight with Roach, Rolly Romero still has faith in Tank's abilities. He says the night of the fight was terrible and is sure Davis is still the best boxer of all time. Romero made it clear that Davis's career achievements are not lessened by a single bad game. Anyway, he still thinks Davis is better than the other fighters in the same class because of his skill, record, and striking power. Davis is going to be back to his best for the fight, and he will show everyone why he is still one of the best boxers in the world.
That people want to discredit Tank, he's still a pound-for-pound fighter.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a night with Cruz. Everyone has a night. It's boxing.
You want to run that back with Cruz or what?
Maybe down the line.
One thing that makes Gervonta Davis different from many of his competitors is his pure killing power. Davis can end a fight with a single well-placed shot, while other attackers can only use high output or technical skill. People have told him that he doesn't have to push the move. Once he gets into a rhythm, his strength becomes dangerous. On the other hand, Lamont Roach doesn't have Davis's powerful finishing power, even though he fought with great technical skill and balance in the first fight. Many people believe that Roach will not be able to handle Davis's pressure and power once the repeat starts, and the fight may end before the end of the round.
Push back because Gervonta Davis is a puncher. So the extra aggression, you have to manipulate it little by little. You know, you have to instigate the extra aggression little by little. You have to get your timing in there. You have to get
my pushback.
And also, this is a southpaw. A southpaw sometimes takes a round or two extra to sort of get their timing, get your distances, because every southpaw is a little bit different. Right now, granted, they know each other. They fought in the amateurs, but it's still a lot of years away. And Gervonta does have a very athletic, speed, quick reflex style. So you've got to sort of pressure intelligently. But while I have said in the past, and I still believe this, that Roach doesn't have that special thing like where he's got really fast hands or a really powerful punch, he still has what I also said in the past, a very good IQ. He's very well trained and very intelligent. His thought process in the ring has a great sense of positioning and a great sense of understanding of where he is in the ring and how to react off that. Could he be a little aggressive, more aggressive? Sure, but you got to keep in mind that you're fighting a puncher who's coming from the southpaw stance and coming from the southpaw athletic angle. Personally, me, especially knowing what has been said about Gervonta behind the scenes for years that nobody brings out, and it kind of brings to light why they keep matching him with 15 and 20 to 1 underdogs. There is a rumor that behind the scenes, the Gervonta, there's a lot of bitch in him. There's a lot of front runner in him. If you push him, he will break, he will fold. It starts to add up because Lamont is from the DC area. They kind of know this. They grew up around him. They fought in the amateurs.
His father, who's his coach, has coached Gervonta in fights.
So that thing sort of comes to light where it's been held back from the public with the limited opposition level that Gervonta's fought most of his career.
In his review of the fight, boxer Jiren Ennis said that Davis didn't have full control of the fight, but his first shots were effective. A lot of fans forget that Davis set the pace and made some good shots early on, and is stressed that the opening match has caused more talk about Davis's image than about his play. His chance to calm down the crowd and show why he's still a top-level fighter comes with the return. Gervonta Davis's return with Lamont Roach is more than just a way to settle the score. It feels very close. His pride was hurt by the controversial draw in their first fight, which also made him wonder what the best boxers thought of him. Davis is determined to fix his image, even though he knows it has been hurt. He sees this fight as more than just another thing on his list of things to do. We have a goal. To make sure no one has any doubts about how well he can do, he is working harder and paying more attention than ever.
So I gotta ask you about fights. Gervonta Davis, draw with Lamont Roach.
Yeah.
People looking at it as controversial because of the whole knee. What'd you think of the fight?
It was a great fight. You know, I had it 7-5 Tank, or you can make it the draw. But I feel like Lamont, he did good. He did a great job, actually. You know, I just don't think he did enough to pull it off. You know, and I feel like people was overlooking what Tank was doing in the first like 5-6 rounds. You know, he was like boxing and frustrating him a little bit. You know, but Lamont, like I said before, Lamont did a great job. You know.
Yeah, some people had it Tank, some people had it draw, some people had it Lamont. Do you think Tank gets a lot of criticism for not knocking Lamont out and Lamont not being a big name, so they overblow it?
I think so, yeah, and I feel like people just don't like Tank to a point where any little thing, just because he ain't knock him out, he probably feel as though that he lost, and he didn't, or it was a draw, you know. I feel like Tank was doing a lot of smart things in the beginning, moving a little bit too much, but I feel like he was still like frustrating him and things like that. And I think Tank did a good job. He looked sharp to me. And I don't know, people just be talking. You know, at the end of the day, you can't please everybody.
Davis had plans besides just beating Roach. He wants to show that he is in charge, say something strong, and get back the respect he thinks he has lost. His main goals for this comeback are to leave a legacy, make amends, and show that he is still the best.
We got to talk about it. So Tank officially came out and says that he wants to put this rematch as early as May. Now, if that were to happen, Lamont Roach gets a second time to prove himself. Now, in my personal opinion, his stock has already risen. He is already notable. The fact that he went toe to toe with Tank on a decision that ended in a draw, whether he loses this second fight or not won't even matter. Because he's directly in line to go against the Keyshawn Davis, the Shakur Stevensons, and etc., the Devin Haney's, and etc. I can see him moving up and going against Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia or somebody like that. So many people to fight. Lamont Roach has definitely proven himself. But let's talk about something else. And that is the hairstylist situation. In my humble opinion, I believe she should have been quiet. As a hairstylist, there was nothing for you to say. No fan in boxing was going to look at them like, I don't want her braiding my hair. No one would have said that. But she hurt herself when she came out and publicly made multiple claims, got all these receipts that no one needed, no one asked for, saying, oh, this had no grease or oil in it. No one cares. Nobody even believes it. Sometimes it's best to remain quiet. But you guys let me know in the comments. Should she have remained quiet, or should she have did what she did, which is spoke up? You let me know.
It seemed like Davis had been forgotten by some boxing fans, according to Teofimo Lopez after the first fight. Some people began to question Davis because they thought the draw might have made him less sharp. Lopez said that Davis is fighting not only Roach, but also the idea that he is getting worse. To find out if Davis can change that opinion and win back the public's trust, the repeat is being held.
I know a lot of people, look what they did with Gervonta too. I want everybody, all these young fighters that are listening to this, and you could clip this. It's a short part right here.
I got you.
To Ryan could clip this right here. To all you young fighters, look at the amount of love they were giving and sharing to Gervonta Tank Davis prior to the fight. Look at what all the reporters were doing prior to the fight. Look how they were all laughing at all his jokes prior to his fight against Lamont Roach. After the fight, look how many were waiting to down this man. Down him. See, I'm going to talk my smack with Tank, but that's because I want to fight him. That's me. I can say that. But I just want all you young fighters to really look about it. They don't care about us.
Yeah.
They won't ever care about us. When you winning, they're going to be there. But they're waiting for any moment to slip up. Just a man, even a draw. Look how much hate he got out of it.
Yeah, not to get deep, but you know, it's a part of our psychology. We're not we have to learn how to care about other people. You know what I mean?
It was one of the hardest fights Davis ever had, the first one against Roach. Roach did a lot more than just live. He was a very good opponent who gave Davis problems he had never seen before. A lot of fans saw Davis have trouble with Roach's timing and range. The second fight will show if Davis can change or if Roach just has Davis's number. Anyway, it's a test of how much you can stick with something and grow.
Most notably, I'll just speak about a fight that, we just had with Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. My message to Tank after that fight, it was given a draw. A lot of controversy around Tank taking a knee due to hair band in his face or his eyes, so forth and so on, and burning his eyes. And, in my opinion, it was a competitive fight. The judges judged it as a draw. A lot of people were saying it was rigged, all these different things, so forth and so on. Whatever it may be. The fight is over.
Davis's manager said that they knew exactly what Roach could do before the first fight. Their plan was well thought out, but it didn't work out the way they thought it would. It's interesting to think that the team might not change much for the second game. Instead, they want to make the way the same approach is used better. This shows that they are still confident in their original plan. This time, it just needs to be said better.
By Roach and Tank. What do you think the biggest surprise was in the fight?
It wasn't a surprise because we know Roach. It wasn't a surprise. Roach can fight. A lot of people think because a person is not popular, they don't exist. There's fighters out there that can rumble. They just got to get the opportunity,
Speaking of rematches, Jalil Hackett is getting his opportunity again to fight the guy that he had a controversial loss to. It'll be happening in Florida, I think, next week?
March 15th, I think.
Let's talk about
I'm rocking a major shirt now.
Major.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, how's that rematch look like, and then what's the difference makers coming into this fight?
The first fight, I thought, everybody thought Jalil won. We just got to turn, hit the gears a little harder. We ain't really got to change too much. Just got to put the icing on the cake, Put the icing on the cake this time, that's all. He did enough to win the last fight, but we was in somebody else's territory,
This time around, being in Florida, do you feel like it's a mutual zone?
Yeah. It's more of an even playing field in Florida.
Okay. Do you feel like he needs a stoppage to win the fight due to what happened the first time?
Not necessarily. A stoppage is good, but not necessarily.
Henry Garcia offered a different point of view. He thought that Davis might have been sidetracked during the first fight. The exit of Calvin Ford, who had been training him for a long time, may have thrown off his routine and preparation. Garcia also talked about any problems outside of school that could have made it hard for Davis to focus on the repeat. He will need to be mentally and physically in great shape to get back to his best.
There's no way you could say Tank won. There's no way.
Do you think that he's diminished in some way, or do you think that just mentally he just wasn't there for the fight?
Well, a little bit of both. His age is catching up to him. His legs aren't there as he used to be. And, he switched his trainer, that's could be another factor.
With Barry Hunter being the head trainer and Coach Calvin being outside.
Yeah, but he snapped at Calvin too. So that's, there was something going on. I really don't know, and I couldn't really speculate on that because I don't know. But I know that something was bothering Tank because Tank is a good fighter and he's out to hurt you, but hey, Lamont Roach stood his ground, and he did a great job.
One of the most talked about parts of the first fight was when Davis went down on one knee in the 10th round, and the judge didn't call it a knockdown. Many people say that moment should have changed the final score, which has led to a lot of discussion. Fans and critics want a final fight where there are no disputes over the referees, and the event made them want a rematch even more. With this repeat, the boxing world may finally be able to move on.
All right, man. Listen, it's been a couple of days since that Lamont Roach versus Gervonta Tank Davis fight. And look, you fooled me once, okay? I'm going to let y'all get that. Y'all got that. But come on, man. this was a money fight clearly, and also clearly Tank lost. I mean, there's no mistaken identity that Roach landed more punches, Tank had a higher percentage, but when we look at the punches and the punching power, it was Lamont Roach 8 rounds to 4. And then if you take in consideration that Tank took that knee, which count as a knockdown, the ref even started counting. I mean, there's nothing even to debate here. If they were tied without them even counting that, if you supposed to have counted that part, he would have actually lost the fight. It's a win for Lamont Roach. Get your bag. Go out there and say you the only person that tied with Tank Davis. But man, if y'all fight, y'all better fight for real. Because this, be real, man.
The video for today is now over. Watch out. I look forward to seeing you soon.